and you couldn't drive by it.
So,
Yeah.
everybody say after we got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
Well, hello there.
How are you?
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Santa will be here soon with,
It's okay if you get stuck in my chimney.
okay.
I'll take care of
And you're gonna shake them down for all the goodies, yeah.
it. You mean after he brings what you need.
Yeah.
After.
The tree lighting and everything came out pretty good.
Oh, it looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's well lit up there, and the electric company is probably grateful.
Yeah.
Except they're all LED probably now.
Looks really nice.
So if there's a correction on the minutes, does that have to be done before we approve the minutes?
Yeah, you can ask for a correction
Okay.
and then just approve it as, mentioned. Think Caleb was last. Lauren was off, so.
I just got credit for something that I didn't do.
Sign in there.
Why are you speaking tonight?
Regular people?
You're not speaking tonight, right?
I'm not speaking.
No, you don't need to sign it.
That's
Joe, are you
impossible.
speaking tonight?
That's impossible. You better just sign in now and get it done.
Yeah,
I'll
really.
sign up.
It is impossible.
Is it working out?
We'll see. You guys can 10 minutes.
You trying to get on the Wi-Fi or?
No, it's a new laptop, and I've been having a lot of issues with it this week. It's just angry for no reason.
Yeah.
Hit any key to continue.
We will open the meeting for the Brimfield Township zoning commission Thursday, December the 8th. Call to order, please. Roll call.
Ron Jones.
Here.
Tom Jones.
Here.
Debbie Arliss.
Here.
Tom Sargent.
Here.
Kevin Blair.
Here.
Seth Taylor.
Here.
Lev Wilson.
Here.
We're all good.
Woo.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept the agenda, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. And we have minutes from last meeting and everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's one correction.
Was there?
Yeah, they gave me correction. They gave me credit for what you did.
Did they? Yeah, I saw that.
So-
You were pretty active.
So on section, or on, under temporary use permit, text change. Second paragraph down, it says Tom Sargent also researched. That's supposed to be, this Tom. Right?
Yes.
She's got it.
Okay. Can I have approval of the minutes with the addition of that correction, please?
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favors?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, starting off, we're going to discuss text amendment changes. So buildings under 200 feet, eliminate 510.03. Is there any discussion about that?
Yeah, so, that one, along with the text amendment change below it, with the website that both went through regional planning, those were both approved at the regional planning level. We're originally supposed to have, the public hearing today before the meeting, but unfortunately, we didn't have time for the paper, so that is going to be Monday. I don't know if anybody, we just need 3 people to be able to make it on Monday. I know she scheduled it for Monday, so hopefully 3 people can make it Monday.
Yeah, I already told Lauren I would be there.
What time is that Monday?
4.
I can make it on 4.
I don't know if I can yet.
Okay.
I'll find out tomorrow.
So that would just be the public hearing, and then you guys would vote on these two text amendments at the January meeting.
Okay.
We don't need any further discussion on that. We've done that
No,
before.
no, we're good with that.
Okay, so temporary use permit, section 540.
Yeah, so this came to the board at last meeting. It was recommended to get the consultant attorney involved, which you did, and you were all emailed with the correspondence from the attorney, as he did extensive work to see what other townships around in Ohio do these temporary use permits, and he's gave you several options to look at and consider. The main thing is that the most we have seen out of the ones that he has pulled, and I think Ryan has paperwork there, and everybody should have it on their computers as well. The most is 5 months out of the year that we've seen granting these permits. Most of them are 45 days or less. And there was recommendations from him going from a permitted use, which gets signed off in the office, it goes to fire chief and police chief, and then to my office. It would be better if it would be a conditional use, and I think that came from Todd Peets as well. So it would go with these issues, in order to issue a permit, it would be conditional use under the BCA. That way, if there's buffering, bathroom, whatever we need to do, they can screen it.
Okay, so we're looking at about a 5-month permit, right?
That's the maximum that he's shown in there.
Yes.
Most of them were less than that.
Right.
That was the most, and I can't remember which one that was. If it was Hocking Hills or.
When does your permit end?
Actually, not very fun today.
Okay, well, I guess the issue is and has been that you've been working under a temporary use permit for 3 years.
I agree that it shouldn't be, it's not temporary use.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be put.
And so what are you going to do?
I'll build a building there.
When?
This spring.
You have plans?
I don't know, probably gonna say.
Yes, we would.
Like that.
And the date, yes. You-
I did see him. Yeah.
Did you see him?
Mhm. Did see him today, brought him to the office.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to share with the board if you like. Obviously, it's not an approval. It's
Right.
just a work in progress.
Yeah.
So at the end of this permit, you should have something moving then. Is that what you're saying? The building should be down and,
Yep.
and moving on. You own those buildings, right?
So my dad technically owns them, I rent them from him, but I have like full control over them. So I pay rent to somebody's tavern, which pays the mortgage, but I have full control over them.
And I think what the attorney was getting at was not so much just Joe, it was basically an overall, looking at any kind of temporary use coming in, and, there was things that he mentions in there, pumpkins to any kind of a temporary use. They would come in and, some of the cities, you'll see that they come and sell Christmas trees on the corners, and, they're given a permit for 45 days or whatever.
Mhm.
It's something that'd be like all inclusive that we could cover and encapsulate not only food, but also other types of vendors that come in. So I think that he's it's a pretty well-rounded scenario what he gave to you guys. I think what you want to lock down tonight, and I wouldn't say to pass anything on regional planning yet. I think it would be key to whatever timeline you guys consider as temporary use and how long. Should go back to the attorney, let him come to the next meeting. He's offered to come to the next meeting and have the whole code section rewritten for us and the new definition in the definition sections to encompass everybody, but not just food trucks or whatever, but it encompasses everything.
I think we should continue with that. I like, after review, the township, I was reviewing the Duncan factors, because he mentioned Duncan factors in that last paragraph from the attorney.
Which one is it?
The Duncan factors, That's normally for BZA, they use that.
They use that for hardship, I think it's.
Oh, okay.
I can pull it up here.
I was wondering which one.
I think the Ottawa Township, I think which one that looked good as a template that he provided. I think that was the first one. And of course, I can't get back to the email.
It's Ottawa Township?
Is it Ottawa?
No, I was asking, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Or was it it has Miami and I think
That's right.
Union Township.
And there's sporadic throughout the board, whether it's Ottawa or it's Hocking Hills or whatever it is, school, they're all varied for timelines, according to the community, but the maximum we've seen is 5 months. We're definitely right now on the longest.
So last month, what did we say that the max we were finding? Was it 40 days?
45 days was mentioned in a few of them.
Right.
And that was, normally that is what's written through the Department of Health. It seems to throw that number of days. There seems to be a requirement you have to move after 45 days from the Department of Health.
5 months seems like a long time. If we're not talking about, we're talking about like a clean slate looking
Yeah.
at, 5 months seems like a long time.
I agree.
So then where would we
You have
pull it back into?
You have a hodgepodge, is when I'm reviewing this, you have a hodgepodge of, you could put 12, one had it within 365 days, you could have 12 events within that, but it never gives specific with those 12 events, how much time. Is it 4 days within those 12 events? So there's a hodgepodge from what they provided
I
us.
think 90 consecutive days is plenty. That's generous.
Yeah,
I think 45 is a little tight.
But that's the 45 days, what's in the Department of Health for a lot of
Yeah,
counties, and
that's for temporary.
Yeah.
But
That just defines mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mobile thing, it's not.
Right.
So does the health department have to come back in and?
Yeah, and we had some discussion whether or not they actually do follow up or not. And I see you were trying to be all encompassing. Not only this, you could let the health department navigate their 45 days, and we can have like for Christmas trees and whatever. At 90 days.
so if we were to set it at 90 days, then, and then you create a situation for hardships, or you have something there that if there's a hardship or something like that.
Well, it's the uniqueness of the spot that they're going to and traffic patterns and all that. That way the board can look at it and see a drawing, take a look at it, evaluate it from the board standpoint.
Yeah, anything that you thought was going to go past 90 days would have to come back to the board. Rebecca,
They could go seek a variance on top of that, but
yeah, I think that's the better path is to go to BZA than get a variance. At least at that point, it's a legal finding.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
think what also the attorney identified is some of the weakness in our code here of specifics.
No,
We were kind of like
time.
quite general with some of the terms and so forth. So we got to tie them down a little bit more,
yeah,
be more
it'd nice to
specific
get it all cleaned up.
to help for compliance.
These apply to Brimfest, by the way? So we have to look at Brimfest as a special events.
Okay.
And that's, you have to write it as a special event.
Okay, so say I built a little or whatever,
Carnivals or.
well, say I want to do like, normally the two events we did do were like touch a truck and bring. Those are further than the 45 or whatever, however many days apart. So would there be a way to still do
Exempt
those?
those, yeah, exempt the township events or any kind of special events that the trustees would recognize. Because I think some of the churches do it as well, and then you want to
Right.
exempt any nonprofit or township.
and what do we do about the Menards and them that have a food truck up there on weekends, or at least those.
So they can pull a permit if you're doing it for 90 days, like you suggested.
If they're only there for the
They
week,
can time it up. Well, that's up to them, but it's only valid for 90 days.
yeah. So would they have to pull a permit yet for a weekend, a 2
Oh,
day?
for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, they get if they're gonna be there for a weekend, they pull a 90-day permit.
yeah.
Whether they're there or not for 90 days, it's up to them.
Yeah.
I'm trying, I can never remember going up there and seeing any.
Oh, yeah, they're there. We catch them all the time. Yeah. One at Lowe's and one at.
That's where you go to breakfast.
No, we're in there all the time, and we're just checking on the projects. We got.
So do we want to do something with that tonight, or do we want to go to the first?
It's up to you guys, however many days you think is temporary, it's up to you.
Okay. Tom?
I'm in agreement with Pat, 90 days.
Okay.
We just want to make sure that in our language that it says anything beyond 90 days has to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals.
But
We can't grant them another 90 days.
so it's a one-time 90 day.
Right.
Would that be
90 day, and it's make it specific to per calendar year.
Were you interested at all into looking at zoning districts to allow and then disallow?
No, I think we just do a blanket township.
Okay.
So would somebody like to make that motion?
I'll make the motion, we limit the permit to 90 days, and anything beyond 90 days has to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals
Within 365 days.
within a 1-year time.
Do you want to exempt maybe the residential district? Maybe just make it for, commercial districts. Because what will stop them, I'm just thinking ahead, what will stop them from going in a residential district?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said county or township wide. I mean, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I think we could probably look at Little Mary Alice's lemonade stand the other way, but
Right.
if they're opening up in a residential area to generate money, then they have to buy a permit.
So have you ever experienced that?
In a residential area? No, but just thinking ahead.
No, I know, it's kind of like
Yeah.
thinking, what we thought, before, and then you come back to it and go,
Maybe we could make it prohibited in a residential district.
Well, then I think you get into the Mary Alice and
Yeah,
lemonade stand
you're right.
thing. Let's just,
I
you
mean,
don't want to get overcomplicated.
so we could put this in place and then at some point later, if it became an issue,
Yeah,
make
you can
a
always,
change to it and get it, so it's blocking the residential.
yeah, you can always go back and change it.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for a reason not to like that idea, but I'm not finding one. I'm thinking that that's probably.
Well, it was my idea, so that's all the reason we need.
I know, I was thinking of Pat's Tattoo Parlor, would he set up in a residential?
Aren't you not allowed to set up in residential areas anyway? I was looking at the original time we talked about that.
There's probably some language in there, but I just cover the basis in every section, so if it's going as a conditional use, I just want to make sure before it goes to a BZA that somebody tried it. Sure enough, right, if we don't cover it, somebody has to try it.
Yeah.
But we could give that to the attorney to look at too, and just make sure that it's covered
That is a
So-
defensible position, yeah.
So the motion needs to be
as a conditional.
that we
use.
come to a consensus and send it to the attorney.
Send it to the attorney, he's gonna draft everything up, come and meet with you guys, if you have any questions, he'll draft it out for you before the next meeting. You guys could hash it out with him before you send it to regional. But I would, we'll need a motion to give it back to the attorney as a conditional use for 90 days. However you guys want to do that.
You don't need a motion for that, you said?
I would do
I would do a motion.
it legal and put it into a
Yeah.
motion for the attorney.
So you want to reword your motion?
The same thing, but add the attorney for discussion or next
Oh.
meeting.
Yeah, so I make a motion that we send to our attorney for revision, a 90-day conditional use permit. That covers a calendar year. Anything over 90 days goes before the BZA for adjudication. And, yeah, so the calendar year through, so you can't, multiple permits are not permitted within a calendar year. It's 90 days and that's done.
Second, please.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried. Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
All right. So I think something we need to address, and I don't know, maybe we don't or we do, is the albatross that we've got right now, you know, which is his barbecue thing. He says he has a permit for 5 months or 6 months.
He has one, he applied for one prior to this meeting,
Okay.
so he's, and then he's good to go. And then, so this won't affect him whatsoever until law would actually take effect.
At that point, he can go get a 90-day permit.
Right.
Yes, he can, but shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I would say you're looking at.
It looks like he's pretty far ahead of drawings.
Yeah, if he's got drawings and stuff.
I think it's a good plan, and we're gonna work with, obviously.
Well, if he's,
to help get it there.
hopefully his guys work faster than the guys building the fire station.
That's true.
They seem to tell me it'll go up pretty fast.
That's because they can't get materials. They had to wait for everybody to get the concrete, didn't
Well, I like, you know, that's fine and dandy. I just think there's, and I don't know how to do it, some guarantees that you're gonna do that. I mean, you've told me over 3 years, you've told us we're gonna do this next month or.
So can I explain that to you?
Sure, help us out.
So there was when Sully's Tavern was open, the person got hit by a car outside.
Yeah.
Remember that, Jason? There was an ongoing lawsuit with Sully's. So even if I was going to do something, I couldn't. I wasn't sure how that was going to end. That ended this year. So that like insurance handled it, paid out a settlement. So now it's all free to go. I don't have to worry about if Sully's going to get sued for $1 bajillion.
Right.
There's nothing to worry about with that.
They build a new building and somebody take it.
Yeah, right. I spent a lot of money so far, like setting this up, so I didn't spend that money to not get the building.
Right.
So drawings, they're really expensive, way more expensive than I thought they would be, but they're paid for. Asbestos abatement on the old buildings is paid for, that's all. If I waste that money and don't build the building, I'm not gonna renew the license anyway.
Okay, I have no problems with that myself. I just want some sort of assurances that that this is gonna happen
Okay.
by
so,
summertime.
Yeah, it'll.
Whether you're building at that time or at least those buildings will be gone.
Those buildings will probably be gone this winter. The new ones should be done in the spring.
Okay.
At the same location? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, okay.
That's exciting, we're happy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
It's,
That's gonna be nice.
I know you guys don't like to look at my trailers, but I hate that corner. Sully's and all that stuff, that's been in my life for way too long. I can't wait for that.
So you're not in for a demo permit yet, right?
No, so that's, I'm lining all this stuff up, like drawings are done, I'm gonna, like, Battaglia Construction is doing the demo, they're doing all that. So that'll all be, basically like lining it all up, so I can do it all.
Cool.
is it gonna have indoor seat capacity
You'll
on
have
that?
indoor, it looks like a pretty big building, so you'll have indoor.
Indoor
outdoor. I'll show you the drawings at the end of the meeting.
Okay, very good.
Put the trailers under the tent and then.
Yeah, so it's actually just a big gazebo with a trailer.
As long as Mike is satisfied with the drawings and
Yeah,
construction, that's.
that's what I see in that little bit, okay, so.
It's not just me scratching stuff.
He's gonna need some variances because it's a lot of, it is what it is. I mean, it's not a gigantic lot. I think there's gonna be some hurdles that we need to jump through, but we'll get to those.
Okay.
So in another note, just so before you set the next meeting, Bill Anderson is going to be the new alternate coming in as Ron is leaving, and we want to thank Ron for his service of 20 years.
Yay.
And Seth Taylor is going to move up to the board, and then Bill is going to be the alternate with the left. And there's also pay increases on next Wednesday. our fees for, I believe, 125 per diem.
Can you repeat that again, and make it louder?
I'm staying now.
You're staying.
And we did review that with the attorney to make sure we can do it at any amount. They were fine with that, so.
How many years did you do this, Ron, for free?
Yeah.
I am probably the first,
15
maybe the first 10,
at least.
5 or 10. And then we went to $25 a meeting. And then,
35, I think.
well, it went right to $75. Mike Kostanski
Yeah.
cornered me one night at a football game and he says, next month, you guys will be making, $75 a meeting because we've been underpaying. And I said, fine with me. I never did this, to start this. And most of Debbie's been with me, I think,
Not from the beginning, but
yeah, just about as long.
Sue.
And, neither one of us ever did this to make money at it. It was always a community thing for us, and along with other things we've done in the community. If I could say that I'd like to thank all the members of the board, Mike, Dick Bester, who I was with for a long time, Lauren, Sue. I'd like to thank you all for, the opportunity to do this for the township. I've always felt everybody should do something for the community that they're gonna live in. And I guess this has been one of my ways of doing it. So, yeah, all the people that I've worked with on the board over the years and the current board and everything, you're great. You're wonderful folks.
You were Kelso House and the Lions
Oh,
Club.
God.
Can you name them all? It's a quiz. Mike has the list.
Well, the fire department for 15 years. The Kelso House for pushing 20 years now there.
And you got the historical district now going too, so.
Yeah, that's something I really have wanted to get in there for a long time.
And I think that's gonna be really neat.
Yeah.
So.
The high school, my wife and I did all the plays up there for 10 years, 20 plays. She was the boss and I did all the grunt work.
You were the yes dear.
Yes, I did. And all the, in between all that stuff, I coached softball and was the softball commissioner for Brimfield for probably 10 years. My kids kept me busy, my wife and my kids just kept me busy doing all that stuff. Plus having a job on top.
Job on the side.
This and the fire department have been a couple of things that I've really been proud of. So.
Well, we thank you.
Okay,
You will be missed.
next meeting,
12.
December the 12th,
The 12th, yeah.
which will be
Oh, and December 14th, right? Monday. The one in December about that special meeting.
The special meeting on the
12th.
December
right?
Do we have to say that tonight? Yeah.
Yes,
That's already set. But you can if you want.
yeah. And then the next regular meeting will be on January the 12th.
Right.
23. Wow. we're really going.
Yeah.
That'll be the organizational meeting, so Brian, if you could attend the first one and then
Yes.
help get everything organized for the next.
And on the 12th, we will do the 12th of January, we will do the organizational meeting.
Do we start that at 7:45, 15 minutes before the regular meeting?
Sure, we could do
You
that.
can if you want to, it won't take a second to open and close. and nominate. So, okay, so that's, we know, we've got all that set up. So, I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this, meeting is closed.
Let's hear the hammer one last time.
Please stay.
You know, I've only used the hammer. How many times can you think of?
I'm sure everybody remembers, please stay in this space.
Not enough. You need the little wood thing you smack. It's plastic.
Maybe we got the hammer.
Maybe we'll get another one tie it to the hammer. Yeah. Debbie and I were talking about it. Is there any like